Hi guys,
Hi guys.
welcome to the Family and All podcast. So as you can tell, that's not Maria. Um,
Yeah, no.
for everyone that's watching, you can tell this is not Maria, right? Um, Obviously, Maria had to take a little bit of a break to figure out scheduling and stuff with her and Kayla. So I am Miles, and today we have an honorary member of the family. Um, is Tyler.
Hi guys. I'm Tyler. I'm the sister who's another mister, if you will. We
Whee!
always used to call each other that. Always.
Uh,
Still do to this day.
to this day, that's my sister right there.
Yeah.
Um, so the reason Tyler is filling in for Maria is because, like I said, he is an honorary member of the family. He knows a lot of my family. I know a lot of his family. We've spent holidays together. We've lived together. We've done a lot of things together.
Oh yeah.
Um, not always the good things, but definitely we have done them together. Um, so today's episode is going to be about friendship, obviously, to tie in having someone fill in for Maria. So I will let Tyler start and tell you guys how he sees it from his mind, how we became friends. I'll tell you from my perspective, and then we'll see how much they are connected.
Aligned.
Yes, aligned, y'all, aligned.
All right. What where do we even start? So we I got hired at a job that we were working at together when I was like,
We worked at Starbucks together.
yeah, all
We
right.
worked at the the coffee gods.
The coffee cuts. So we worked there, and when I first got hired, it was like before I was 21. I was super shy little gay boy, didn't like my job before that was working with animals, so I did not have any people skills by any means. And oh god, how long did I work there before we like
You,
it was like a
you, you
couple.
worked there for at least a month before I even met you, because
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
mostly mornings at that time, and you were mostly the evening.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense cuz most of my training was like opening, closing shifts cuz our boss wanted me to learn all of the closing stuff and cleaning and all the fun
All
stuff.
the fun stuff the closers get to do that the openers
Yeah,
get to do.
exactly. And then
Do you
one.
see TikToks and Instagrams where it's like people like they'll go into like a coffee shop and they'll take a picture of like one little bean on the counter and they'll be like, "So I was just wondering who closed last night."
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. And then we all know.
Every time.
Oh, and then we all know the person that was the person that would freaking send freaking pictures to the group chat. So, like, who? Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So then, there was a day when we like overlapped and we were working like a mid shift. And I mean, it was real obvious that somebody didn't like me because I was the new gay in town. But then we had this little straight boy that was given a bunch of sass back and forth, and it was a little bit of a lunch rush or whatever. And that was before we had um the remodel,
Mm-hmm.
so the sink was directly behind the bar. And he was like washing dishes, and we were like, you I think because you were doing shift manager stuff at that time, and so you were doing like a temp log or something like that, and he said something to you that just, I was like, why is this man just going in on him? And I just freaking snapped. I was like, No, we're not gonna do that. That's not what we're not gonna do.
No, no.
So
Um,
then, like, you like paused and looked at me and then gave me like a nod. And then after that, like, we waited until my 21st birthday to go out. And, oh God. And then those welfare Wednesdays. Baby, still can't drink blue curacao to this day because the margaritas.
we're kicking
Mm.
ass.
Oh, 100%.
They said.
I actually don't know if those ones are on the menu still because they do blackout lemonades now
Oh yeah,
for like $4
yeah.
on Wednesdays now.
I do.
So I don't even know if the kick ass and the kiss ass are still on the menu over there.
Oh, too many people were probably getting their asses kicked by
Oh, 100%. And
the
then
devils.
the other ones were doing the kissing. So because we always went and we got, was that before you like weren't eating meat?
No, I stopped eating meat before I moved there, so I was not eating meat.
Oh, okay. Because I'm trying to remember what we got because I always got chicken strips when we went over
cheese
there.
fries.
Oh, yeah. Cheese fries. I forgot about that.
Baby,
Cheese fries.
baby,
Yes.
the cheese fries, honey, every single fucking time.
Oh, baby. Yeah. Cheese fries.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did my chicken strips with buffalo and ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did about
Girl,
freaking 8 of those freaking margaritas
each,
every night.
each.
Every night that we went up there. Yes,
You guys
each.
understand? Each. That's 8 each. Each.
8 each.
Okay, that's not total.
Mm-hmm.
I want that to replay in their minds.
And if we went to another bar, guess who was double fisting Long Island's? Because it wasn't this bitch right here.
Who's this bitch talking to?
Oh.
I know it ain't me.
Couldn't be you.
It ain't me.
Very demure, very mindful.
Yeah, as someone who is a proclaimed lightweight, and would get drunk off of half of a drink, the fact that I would drink 8 of those and then go and double fist some Long Islands, I should have seeked therapy sooner, is what I'm trying to say, because clearly I had some demons I was fighting.
Clearly it gets better. Clearly.
Nothing gets better. I hate you.
And then, I mean, now we're on what? Freaking, I turned 33 this year, so that's 12 years.
Yeah, we met in 2011 because I was already 21 when we met.
So then 13 years? Lucky number 13, bitch. Lucky number 13.
Let me tell you. Okay, so that is exactly how I remember meeting Tyler as well. Small revisions to me is just remembering how much I hated him. I I was the resident gay of the Starbucks store, and in gay world, when you are the first, you are the only. Because I was that girl.
Clearly you weren't that girl for very long.
I was that girl. I knew I was. No, I did not like that this little. And let me. Tyler is tiny now. Tyler was tinier then.
Yep, fair.
Tyler is a twink. Back then he was a
Right.
He was a wisp of a woman.
Yep.
Like a strong gust of wind would come, and we'd be like, "Oh, there goes Cluster Flockhart and Tyler." Like he had to wear lead in his shoes. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. But Tyler is a very slender person, and I remember after we both tag teamed Jose, which sounds like a porno. Um,
I'd watch it.
I'd watch it. I'd pay the $5.99 on OnlyFans for it.
$5.99. Why are we selling ourselves so damn short? There's three of us. Mouths gotta get fed.
I'm putting it to 2011 times.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Now, honey, I'm 25.
Right.
Inflation, baby. You gotta.
You have to buy that golden ticket to see that man out, maybe.
It's $2 a cucumber out here, honey. We have. I don't know what to tell you,
I was gonna say, and that's not even an Erewhon. Come on now.
honey. $14 for a cucumber at Erewhon?
Absolutely not. Couldn't be me.
Could not. I'm gonna go get my 79-cent one from the fucking Mexican market.
The individually wrapped one in case you feeling frisky that night.
Oh, I didn't need you to come on this podcast and read me like that. I told you to come on as a guest. Okay, honey? Don't.
Baby, you know I walk through the door and make myself at home. Don't play with me.
She's that friend that walks in and goes to the fridge.
Mm-hmm. And Will.
Here.
What you got in here?
I'm thirsty. What you got? But yeah, so I felt like Tyler was like stepping on my toes a little bit. And I just remember when he made that comment, I was like, I kind of like this girl. She's got something. Kind of like it. And I just remember the next time we really started had a good time at work is when we tied our aprons, but we tied them doubled and then tied them in the front. And we were walking around calling ourselves something sisters or like the Starbucks sisters or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, we're so much skinnier than you guys. Like,
100%.
come on.
I'm walking around with a whole cinched waist for a solid 8 hours at Starbucks.
Honey, running around sweating for 8 hours with a snatched waist.
Mm-hmm.
You could never. You never.
Could never.
And you should never, because I was so sick. I was gonna throw by the end of hour 5. But yeah, so that is how we met. Was at Starbucks, and I remember going out on your birthday. You had gone in a drag. Your cousin painted you.
Yep.
And we met up with Alicia and her girlfriend at the time at this bar called Gossip Grill, which was the first bar we went to. And I don't remember us getting super drunk, but I do remember not remembering how we got home.
I remember this little older lady and her girlfriend started fighting over me because one of them made a sideways comment about, like, one of them, the first one was like, oh my gosh, she looks so pretty, blah, 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 blah. But then the other one's like, yeah, well, this could be a little smoother and this could be blah, blah, blah. And then she just kind of stopped and looked at her girlfriend and was like, don't be saying all that. She looks great. It's her birthday. Like,
I'm going to need you to.
right.
I need you to do this.
Well, and that was at the old location. So, like, you couldn't get away from her.
Yeah. One of the smallest bars I think I've ever been into. It was tiny.
Well, and then look at that new location now, girl.
It's huge.
Inside, outside, up. Oh, they have an upstairs like at the back now too.
I know. I follow them on the gram.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I follow all the bars from Hillcrest.
Yeah.
I feel sentimental. I'm like, oh my god. Whenever I see their post, I'm like, yeah, I partied there. But okay, so what is one of your funniest memories of us going out?
Funniest memories of us going out.
I just immediately think of the times I've thrown up on the dance floor.
Either that, there was that one night that we were headed back to the car, and that was one of your nights of double fisting Long Island's, and I had to catch you because you were falling over, and then my
practice.
little tiny ass. Wait, what?
It was a palm tree.
That was the palm tree night, yes. But a little bit further down the road after the palm tree, you fell over and you like started to fall, and I like caught you, and somebody had artificial grass in their front yard, and you're literally still like keeled over, and I'm like holding your waist, and you're just petting the artificial turf and asking if it's real. That was what, and I was like, no, it's not real. And that you were dead convinced that it might be real, but you had to ask one more time, is this real? You asked me about 3 different times before you like gave up and we started walking again. But
is she real?
either that's one of my favorites, and then the other one was that pride when you put the thing
Oh, Madonna.
right here. Yes, Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
One.
so I'm just gonna give you guys a preface of that pride. So that was the first pride me and Tyler went to together, and we got there at like 7:30 in the morning. The parade started, I think, at like 9 or 9:30, something like that. We had gotten there so early, and we had a fucking bottle of vodka, and we had gotten Trenta cups of this Valencia orange concentrated juice from Starbucks. And we started mixing that like 7:30 in the morning. Tyler's already in drag, mind you. Tyler had already gotten into drag. And so we're by the time the parade had started, we're fucking gone.
Oh yeah.
Gone.
Dunzo.
We are fucking 5 sheets to the wind. We're not even 2. We're 5. We're fucking floating. And we just continued to drink that entire fucking day. We drank until like noon. We went home. We both showered and then went right back out. And we had saw some people that used to come to our store all the time. And it was a guy and his partner and a friend. And I don't know how it proceeded to happen, but suddenly my pants were undone and hands were being exchanged, and I was getting a physical all of a sudden in the middle of the bar. You know, they told me to turn my head and cough a couple times. Um, and I just remember looking over at you and you're like, I don't know what's happening, but here's another drink.
Yeah, I remember in that instance, I remember like, because I mean, the fact that we were drinking all day and in the sun all day, I
Yes,
was,
burnt as fuck.
oh, yeah, we were burnt as shit. And then on top of that, like, I was just so tired from like going balls to the wall that early in the morning. And I remember sitting because they had the high top tables out on the patio at Rich's, and that's where all of this happened. And I remember there was like a little foot like rail around the bottom of the thing, and they didn't have any chairs out there. And I was like, fuck, I want to sit down.
Sitting on it, I do remember that.
And I literally just was like, I'm gonna sit right here. And I sat my ass underneath that table on the foot rail. And then I look over and I just see hands going in pants. And I was like,
Made me do,
oh,
made me do the boogie dance.
somebody was doing several dances that night.
Okay, so let me tell you guys the amount of situations and scenarios that Tyler and myself have gotten ourselves into is honestly astonishing that we are alive.
Yeah.
Because we have done some shit that we have to not be fucking doing.
No business doing.
None. Like if I knew my kids were doing the shit that we were doing, I would keel over from having a heart attack.
I was gonna say locked to the radiator in the basement until you're 18.
But let me tell you. Ooh, sorry. I didn't mean to hit the mic. Let me tell you guys. I don't want to like toot our horns, but me and Tyler were hot. Well, he's still hot. In our prime in our 20s, baby. I don't care who thought they ran Hillcrest.
Oh yeah,
Baby, us,
mm-hmm.
us.
Us.
We were out every single night.
And the fact that we would shut down the bar, go home, take a little shower, take about a 30-minute nap, and then our asses were at work at 4 o'clock in the morning to open Starbucks, and then wash, rinse, repeat, baby. The next night, we were gone, out the door. And then we were lucky if we got a shower and a nap before we went back to work. I was gonna say, all these bitches now.
I think about it now and I'm exhausted.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Are you kidding? Do you know how many people asked me to go out tonight after I'm doing this? Like, no. I'm gonna go buy myself a case of beer and I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna do me, not like hot girl Halloween. That's for sure.
Oh, Hot Girl Halloween will be had, but not tonight.
Oh no, not tonight.
Because
Well, actually, I feel like I'm gonna be doing. Wait, what?
I have Friday, Saturdays. I have Friday off this week, so I work tomorrow and then.
Well, I feel like I'm doing Mima Halloween tomorrow because I'm going out with my friend Christina that's here. Her baby is 5, almost 6, and I'm going with them, and we're going trick or treating tomorrow night.
Oh, where am I now?
It's like, you remember where we went to go used to watch or look at Christmas lights over by my mom and dad's house? That little loop around.
What time are you guys trying to go early?
I asked her what time we were doing it, and she said that we're probably gonna start like when the sun's starting to go down. So I mean,
candy.
Yeah, baby. I have a. I was gonna say I have a neighborhood to hit up too if she wants all the candy, because the spot that we used to go all the time with next to my aunt and uncle's house every year, that had some good candy. Like, and it's just like one little cul-de-sac and it's just a loop around, so it's not even like a big long thing. It's just
I heard a big long thing and he got my attention.
I'm sure it did. Freaking size queen.
What did I say? You know.
And what did I say, bitch? You opened the door and I rolled out my red carpet, walked my happy ass in the living room and sat down.
Hi, how y'all doing? Okay, so what is there one moment where that happened where you're like, okay, that person is my friend, or was it just like a gradual thing for you?
I mean, I think it was just the fact that we were constantly like, there was no, from the jump, like from the first time that we went out and like drank margaritas and just sat there and freaking like, the fact that you and I have never really had a filter with each other and we just 100% like say it how it is. We tell it there's no such thing as TMI with either of us. Like, when I tell you we have full blown conversations about taking shits and everything else, uh, baby, nothing is off the table at this point. And the fact that with it, like from the jump, it's been like that. That's and me being my Taurus self, like like my if my mouth doesn't say it, my face is gonna say it. And the fact that both of us can just like look at each other like,
And I'm a Gemini.
mm,
I will say it.
right, exactly. So all I have to do is give you the look and the go ahead, and somebody's gonna say.
Like when we meet people at the bar, and I'd be like, "Who are you?"
Hmm.
And I don't know why that rubbed people such a wrong way.
Because you had met them like 3 or 4 times before, and
Obviously, they didn't leave that much of an impression.
I was gonna say clearly they didn't make that much of an impact. So,
And, okay, so for me, it was definitely like an over time thing. I don't think there was like one moment where I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's my friend now." Like I don't know. I've always felt like that.
yeah,
I've never felt like I couldn't trust you or anything.
right.
You know, because like with some friends, you you have different friends for different parts of your life and different seasons of your life.
Yeah, I can see that.
Some people will come into your life for a certain reason, and then sometimes they'll stay, sometimes they won't, and it's not always like a like you guys are mad at each other thing. It's just like a gradual thing where they kind of just dissipate from your life.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and there's like a few people in my life, obviously, that I feel like are really good friends to me. I mean, obviously, I consider you one, Izzy, my friend's niece. Like the you guys are like the core people that have like shaped me and helped me become the person that I am now.
Hmm.
And you came into my life in a very transitional part of my life because as you know, I grew up in a very religious, conservative town. So moving to San Diego, where I finally got to be myself and express myself how I wanted to, and you know, uh, drink and smoke and do whatever I'm supposed to do in my 20s without having my parents there to fucking be
Yeah.
judging every step that I take, essentially. Yeah, so you came in at a stage in my life where was transitioning into an adult, basically,
Mm.
and learned a lot of things along the way with you, without you, just going from 21 to 34. Like, you've seen me at completely different stages of my life.
Mm.
You've seen me in my party phase. You see me in a phase where I was engaged. You've seen me, in the stage I'm in now. You've seen me in different parts of my life.
Yeah.
And it's important to have those friends that, if they are longevity friends, that they can support you in each phase of your life. You know what I
And
mean?
grow with you
Yeah,
too. Like it's not just a, oh, they're there. Yeah, they're there, but if they're there and they're not supporting like what your view of the growth and the path that you want to go, then I guess my question for that would be like, are they really your friend?
right,
Do they really support you and want to see you do well?
exactly.
Because I mean, on top of that, like, we've had plenty of people that are in our ears trying to turn us against each other and thinking that we're not gonna friggin' like call the other person up and be like, excuse me, this is what I heard. So and so said this about you. Is this true? Or and half the time this shit's made up as fuck. Like,
And I do not get the jealousy of people when they see people are really good friends.
yeah.
I do not understand that jealousy. I'll never understand it.
I mean, I think it comes from like a self-deprecating like spot in somebody's life where they don't want to find new friends, or they are still trying to figure themselves out and they push everyone else away from them. That the people that do try to become their friends are people that like get pushed aside, or like smacked down or something like that, to where that friendship that they thought that they wanted doesn't have like a chance to grow into an actual friendship.
Right.
Just becomes like a passing acquaintance or something. So
Because like I've definitely, I mean, obviously I've seen you through different phases of your life as well. Like the fact that the person I met and the person I've thrown up with at bars is now a married man is like it's fucking wild.
well, and I mean, there was our revolving door of two different apartments as well, of one person one night, one person another night. And I mean, yeah.
So I have installed that door into my house. So
The doorman will see you out, okay? Send in the next one.
make sure you get your chocolate bar.
Your parking will be validated at the door, okay?
Not the fucking validated parking, the little machine, but yeah. I will say I've had a myriad of men in my life, and
We both have.
both, yeah. Uh, and I would not take, maybe some I would take off, but for the most part, I wouldn't. I don't regret any of them. For the most part.
And that's the thing, like growing up, like people always talk about like, oh, they're in their hoe phase, oh, they're this, oh, they're that. But
Oh, it's a phase.
the it's a lifestyle, baby. Um, no, but like each one, like the more I think about the the roster, if you will, like these kids are saying now, like if you go back and you look at every single person that you've either slept with, dated, talked to, anything like that, I'm sure 75% of those people have taught you something about yourself. Something you either like, dislike, didn't know before. Like, all of those people were put there for a reason. And I say all. Most of those people were put there for a reason to teach you something,
Right.
whether good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
So,
Or make you help you realize something. You know, like damn, when was the last time I got tested?
mm, that part.
And we have also I don't know if you're comfortable saying this, but I have had an STI or STD in my life.
Oh, baby, remember that whole group chat of our names
So,
changing?
I had gonorrhea, and I don't know if Tyler feels comfortable.
I had the clap. I ain't not even gonna trip on it.
He had chlamydia, and
And mind you, at the same time,
at the same time, and at the time I was dating this boy, and when I got it from him, he proceeded to blame me and say that I had brought it into the relationship when me and Tyler had just gotten tested literally 2 weeks before I started dating him. And I had not had any sexual relations for like a month and a half at that point. So I knew it wasn't me. And this is also the man that ripped my muscle, and I had to sit at the hospital at 2 in the morning by myself. So that just tells you how much I had going on in my life at that time. Um, but yeah, the things I've learned from the people I've done things with,
Encountered.
encountered. Yeah. It's off the charts in every way possible. But so back to the STD. So me and Tyler had it at the same time. He had chlamydia, I had gonorrhea, and the fact that we didn't like we were there for each other, but we weren't there to judge each other.
Right.
You know, we I would say laughter is the best medicine, and that's all we could do is just laugh through it because it's like, what else are we gonna fucking do?
Oh, when you told me about the Listerine bottle, I ripped into you.
The Listerine bottle.
Oh, good. You don't remember that?
What? Oh no, my God! What?
I said, you told me that you looked up some like at home fucking treatment and
Oh,
you said that you put your shit in a bottle of Listerine and you let it soak. I was like, what?
that broke the shit out of me.
uh,
That okay? So the day I discovered that I had gonorrhea, or the day I figured something, I was at Disneyland, and this is a trigger warning. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. My left testicle had grown to the size of like an apple, and there was like discharge coming out of the area. Mind you, we're all clear now, so don't think we're over here like just spreading around the gong gong and the clappity clap. Like this is years ago. This is when we are in our 20s, when we were supposed to be stupid and fucking
right.
get all this dumb shit out of the way. But yeah, so I was at Disneyland and I was like, oh my God, I think I'm dying. I think I'm gonna die. And so he brought me to the hospital that night to the emergency room, and I had to sit there and have a lady tell me that I had gonorrhea at 23 years of age of my life.
Mm.
Wait, didn't you have it twice?
Oh, I've had both the gonorrhea and the clap, and I think I had, I'm trying to remember which one was like the worst.
And we're also saying this like, please do not try and put yourselves in situations where you contract these diseases. Like, get yourself tested. If you're gonna play safe, unless you both have proof of their status and stuff like that, or unless you don't care, then teach his own, do your thing, but just don't hurt anyone
Hopefully you have health insurance.
and don't hurt yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. But continue. You,
Yeah.
you said you had each how many times?
Oh, I had the worst one was once, and then the other one that was like less severe was twice. But like the worst one was like I was literally
Peeing fire.
like I'm like needed a whole like Tampax pad in my underwear because it was just like a faucet. And then the lady was like, well, hopefully, like when she was like testing me to freaking like find out if I had it, I was like, I'm leaking like a water hose. Like she was like, well, hopefully you have enough for me to test. And she literally like made me drop my drawers in the middle of this like I wasn't even like in a patient room. Like it was literally like you went to the principal's office.
It was in a game.
No. No, it was literally a plastic chair next to a metal desk like you see in the freaking like SVU in the like police station. And she was like, all right, whip it out. Like, I gotta get a sample. And literally, as soon as I pulled my underwear down, she like just started like wringing it out. And it was literally just She yes. First time I've ever been milked. First and only time I've ever been milked by a woman. Thank you. 10 out of 10, do not recommend.
She milked the shit out of you.
And it was funny because, like, as soon as she did it, she was like, "Oh yeah, that's confirmed. We're gonna give you a shot and your pills." I was like, I wouldn't have been here if I didn't know that already, but thanks.
You pull your pants up. She's like, pull them back up. You got gone.
She doesn't even need to swab it. She's just like, "Oh, yep, there it is."
I'm not even testing that. All right, get your ass back there. So besides like sexually transmitted diseases, May and Tyler have also made Disneyland our place that we used to vacation a lot. And by vacation, I mean when we had our passes, we were going
Every other
almost
week.
every week.
Yeah.
Maybe like skip like a week or two, but we were pretty much consistently going every week.
Well, yeah, we were freaking like college age broke kids that were working at Starbucks, and we decided to splurge on Disney annual passes when they were actually affordable at that time.
$106.
They're so, yeah. Well, now they're like 500.
Yeah. And
It's insane.
and they're like hella expensive. And you can't just walk from one park to the other. You have to be in one park for at least 2 hours before you can check into the other.
Crazy.
Girl, we
were done with one park in 30 minutes. Okay. We had a whole system.
So our system was this. Okay. So Splash Mountain was my favorite ride. So that was always the first ride we rode, so that way we could dry off the rest of the day. Yeah! Wait, don't show it a little bit closer. Yeah!
The glare.
Oh, how cute! Us the only people on the fucking ride.
Right, because it was cold as shit that day.
I fucking
and raining.
7 a.m. So the system was this. So I would go and line up for Splash Mountain, which I didn't know I had to line up because there was no one there. But and then Tyler would take our tickets and go, our passes, and go and scan them at Space Mountain and get a fast pass for that. Meet me at Splash, ride Winnie the Pooh, Indiana Jones, Pirates, Thunder Mountain, and do Fairy Tale Land, and then go ride Space Mountain, do Space Mountain, and then we'd be like, okay, we're done with all the rides. Let's go to California Adventure now. When I tell you 35, 40 minutes, we were done.
Yeah. If we were taking our time.
We were so fucking efficient. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then, I think I've said it before on the podcast, but I became really good friends with this guy named Josh that used to work at Ariel's Cove, or what was it called? Ariel's
Grotto.
Ariel's Grotto. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna have you vouch for me about the Mad Hatter too. So hold on, I'm gonna get to that.
Oof.
Watch me work. So I became good friends with this guy named Josh that worked at Ariel's Grotto, and he was a server there. And so whenever he saw us, he'd be like, "Hey guys," and always let us in. Never had to wait in line. Sat at the bar, and he even paid for our meals a couple times.
Yeah.
But the lobster nachos, those bitches were so freaking good. Like, smacked them back. And then we would order Neverland teas, which were basically Long Islands, huge Long Islands, like this big.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd probably get about 2 or 3 each. And by this time, we're sloshed, just gone, shit-faced drunk. And then we would go to this thing they had, the Mad Hatter Tea Party. And they would serve alcohol there too, and they would serve like these little, like maybe this big
Yeah,
cups.
just like a solo cup.
Yeah, just of either another Long Island or like a vodka something, whatever it was,
Yeah.
or like vodka soda or whatever. Um, and this guy who was playing the Mad Hatter would sing to me, and I would tell Tyler all the time he's singing to me, and he'd be like, "Okay, whatever, bitch."
Yeah,
And
me not caring because I was drunk already. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll let you live your fantasy, whatever.
so one night, I finally make it to the front of the stage because it was packed with kids, and if you know me, you know I don't really like children, even though I work with kids now, which is wild. But anyways, um, so like I finally got to the front, and when I tell you this man sang to me, grabbed my hand, and then mouthed the words "I love you" to me, I could have melted right there. Now am I right? Am I right?
You're right.
Thank you very much. Okay, I just want a confirmation because no one fucking believes me when I tell that story. Tyler was witness.
Well, and then there was that one time that we were like standing there, and then we're like, oh, the set's almost, I mean, mind you, we knew the set list at that point. So we like, after they were done with like a specific song, you wanted to see if you could like say hi to him or talk to him or something. And we went to the back of the stage where they were supposed to exit,
Yes.
and then they started to come off the stage, and there was a bunch of like people that probably were like us. They like knew they were going to walk in that path right there. And I remember us like standing there, and you asked one of them like, can we take a picture with you? And they were like, well, we can't take pictures, but if you snap a picture as I'm walking by, then that's fine. And I think it was Alice, the girl that did Alice, the really pretty one that was like naturally blonde.
Yep.
She actually like paused and like posed for the picture, but you can see him like in the background, kind of like he's like talking to somebody, but you can see him like looking at the camera too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I remember that
He
picture.
wanted me, and I wanted him back.
I was gonna say, and all of them wanted him too because he was freaking gorgeous too.
He was hot, and he could fucking sing.
He was hot, he could sing, and I don't know why he could still like work that ugly ass red curly
That unit,
wig, but
baby,
oh yeah.
baby, that unit looked like it came straight out of Taylor Hart's fucking closet.
Ah! Not Taylor Hart. Oh my god. I can't.
Love you. We're gonna watch
Hmm.
this, but
I was gonna say, I mean, if I tell her that she's got a cameo in it, she might watch it.
oh my god, I saw her on The Real Housewives.
Oh yeah.
I was just randomly watching. I didn't even realize that she was in it.
Yeah.
And I'm watching. I'm like, wait a second. And I rewound it. I was like, you're shitting me.
Nope.
I was like, this bitch really sat her. I almost said the F word again. She really sat her gay ass in that back seat, acting
Mm-hmm.
like she was the main character.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, that's what I love about her.
Well, she,
That bitch has the most unshakable confidence I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, main character energy all the time. That's why, like, tonight she wants me to go over to Hillcrest, and I'm like, and she wanted me to get dressed up, and I said, no. I've been hunting all day. I barely got like 2 3 hours of sleep after I was done hunting, and now like you're gonna have to wait for me to be done, because and if you really think that I'm gonna start getting in drag at 8 o'clock at night to go out to the club, I mean, I've done it before.
Mhm.
I will not deny that.
Yeah, I was about
But
to say,
I am not that kid anymore. I'm sorry.
those nights
It's
when you
not
guys would be
gonna.
getting ready, we would all just be hanging out, are like cherished memories to me.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
like we would just have so much fun.
yeah. Like me. Well, even when he would come over and or she would come over. Every time I refer to her as her actual birth name, she goes, "Ugh, don't you mean Taylor?" And I'm like,
Is she gonna transition?
no,
Oh,
she's not transitioning.
I was gonna say finally. Jeez.
Oh, did you ever meet well now her name is Riley. Um this little Asian I'm sure if you saw a picture of them you would recognize their face. But
Yeah, you put a funny
um
picture.
she she just got the shave,
I,
the apple shave.
mhm.
Yeah. Um uh, and it was funny because one of my coworkers, he swears up and down that he is straight. And I'm like, okay, I'm happy for you. Like, I don't believe you 1 second, but I'm happy that
He lives on the cross street of By Boulevard.
yeah, buy now, gay later. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Um So he was like going on and on. And mind you, like even before she ever started any like moans or got any surgeries or anything like that, she pulled the hottest straight
Oh, I
guys.
believe it.
And she, like, he was like all about her and was like, I mean, I would. And I was like, we know you would. And you'd probably be the bossiest little bottom ever for her, too. So
Yeah,
let's
I just
not.
want to know, when did Bossy Bottom become a slur?
Who was using it as a slur? Not me. I love me a bossy bottom because I don't know what the fuck you
You
want.
knew. Knew.
Tell me what you want and I'll get it done. Like, oh my God, the other day,
Call me Burger King because I get it your way.
right. Well, the other day I was like talking to somebody about preferences and like playtime things, and they were like, well, like, are you like dominant, are you more passive? And I was like, honestly, like for me, I like somebody that knows what they want and like knows what they like so that they can tell me what they like and I can do that. And then that like satisfies both parties. And then he was like, "Oh, so you're a service top." And I was like, "I mean, if you wanted to put a label on it, I guess that's what it would be called."
You're middle aged.
Uh, so apparently that is my new label.
Do you remember that night? That night we went out with Ricky and he was dropping us off, and I was like, "What's this shit in the back of your car?" Oh, it's shit. Okay, bye.
No, I wasn't. No, no, no. That was so that happened because that was New Year's weekend, and you had gone out with Ricky to the club the night before New Year's because we
Oh,
went
it was
to.
Christmas. He picked me up on Christmas. We went out to the bar on Christmas Day.
No, no, no. This was this. I remember that because that was when you were talking shit about the DJ, and then I informed you of certain things, and then you felt bad. Um,
Woo, girl.
but
Yeah.
no, this was New Year's weekend because we went to his house the day after for the New Year's party. And that's when I drank champagne and ate those like chili Frito twists and painted the inside of his toilet bright orange.
Yes.
And then we had to leave because I was just not having it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you told me that story when we were leaving and we walked past his truck and you like recollected that story.
Yes.
Because I had to work that night that happened. But yeah,
So
I know what you're
we have this mutual friend. I don't who even was it me who started talking to him first or you? I don't even remember.
I'm pretty sure it was you.
Oh. We had this mutual friend named Ricky, and you're right, it was me because I met him at the mall. How did I meet him at the mall? I don't remember, but I
You
remember we.
you probably you probably picked up a shift at like
Oh, that's
the Fashion Valley store, and he works at All Saints, so
true. Yeah,
or worked at All Saints, and that's like on the second floor. So
that's true. Yeah, that's probably how it happened. Um, yeah, so we had gone out on one night, me and him, this guy named Ricky, and he drove a truck at the time, and I don't know what was in the he would stuff shit behind his seat. And I remember he was talking shit about something the whole night. And I remember getting out of his car. I closed the door and I looked and I saw all the stuff behind his seat. And I swung his door back open. I was like, "What's all this shit behind your seat?" And I lifted it up. I was like, "Oh, it's shit. Okay, bye." And I slammed the door in his face. And I never even saw him.
I was gonna say, I mean, not that exact instance, but because that's a natural like go to for us, that's probably why he stopped being our friend. Because that happened one too many times between the two of us.
Maybe.
Uh,
Now when I think about it, every friend that we tried to introduce to us, like it never worked out.
you're right, because the two of us are feral when we get together. And nobody is off limits.
No,
If you're in the general vicinity, you're not only liable to catch these hands, but you're going to catch this mouth too. Like, you, I mean, those are the old days. That's the old her. So we're not going to talk about that.
okay,
But,
so Tyler. Okay, so I'll tell one last story, and then we'll end it for this one. But um, Tyler will be back, so don't worry. It's we're just getting started.
well, yeah,
But Tyler was there the night that um
you got cat scratched fever.
had scratch fever, and I played bongos on the dance floor with someone's head.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Tyler had gone out this one night at this bar called Riches, and it just so happened to be pirate night. And they were giving out like inflatable swords and hats and just a bunch of shit, bunch of gay shit and shit that people were going to try and put inside of them later on. And me and Tyler, we're out, we're young, we're hot, we're having a good time, dancing, doing our thing. And this little short guy, for some reason, just had an issue with us. For some reason, I don't know what it was, and he kept fucking hitting us with his goddamn inflatable sword.
Yeah, he was like waving it around his head, not paying attention to anybody around him.
Yes. So I turned to him and I was like, "Hey, can you stop hitting me that with your inflatable sword?" And he went like this in my face with the fucking sword. And I just remember looking at Tyler and I was like, "Okay, I'll let her have it. I'll let her have it." And we just continued to dance. And then she just kept waving it in my face. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I snatched the sword from him. And I just remember him pushing me, and I like fell back into this like little bench area where people.
It was like the go-go box,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I just remember sitting down and I'm looking at Tyler and I was like, "Oh no. I let her have the first one.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be an issue for her. And mind you, the strobe lights were on at this time too. So I just remember lifting this person up from their neck above my head, throwing them into the ground, and then punching them in the face on beat with the strobe light.
With the strobe light, yeah.
Uh-huh. And and then I just remember the security grabbing them from him from underneath me. And I just felt Tyler's arms on me. He's like, "We're leaving." And I just remember being so pissed, and I I'm still like adrenaline pumping and everything. And I get outside, and I remember the first thing we did when we looked at each other, we burst into laughter.
Mm-hmm. We did.
And I was like, that is so trashy that I just fought in a bar.
Well, and not only that, but it was like one of those moments like you can't make this shit up.
Oh,
Like, did that really just happen? And then like I remember also like when we were done freaking like busting up. I remember looking at your face and I can see blood on your face. And I'm just like, I just remember asking you, is that your blood or his blood? And you literally stopped and you like looked at me and go, probably both. And then after that conversation, we were still walking to the car. And then all of a sudden, you're like walking a few steps behind me. And then I hear you go, he ripped my fucking shirt.
my shirt and broke my fake glasses.
Yeah, and your glasses.
Oh, I was so mad about that. I looked so cute in those glasses.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker snapped them.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't. I want to be clear. He didn't snap them from punching me. He was scratching. He scratched me in my face, my arms. Like,
Yeah.
honey, if you're gonna do the crime, you better do the time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna throw, or I mean, hit people in the face with fucking inflatable weapons, then be prepared for the wrath.
Yeah.
Because it's coming for you.
Well, and then I just remember also like with the like like seeing you, it was literally like a freaking like Marvel movie where they're just like the light is flashing and like you see them just like swinging and then mind you on top of that like I remember looking over and the entire like the DJ's up high because they had like this big old pirate ship so the DJ has no idea what's going on but I like look over and the entire dance floor has stopped dancing and they're all just watching this happen and mind you like the smoke machine is still going and the music and then like the fact that security grabbed that guy and didn't grab you and then that was the reason that I was like let's go because we come here all the time and I don't want us to get like banned kicked out anything like that so that's when I was just like security doesn't have any they're not being quick so we need to like go before they have to ask us any questions ask us for IDs like let's go like on to the next.
Yeah, see, I'm the doer and Tyler's the fixer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and then you're very like, and that has, I'm like, I've noticed that I've gotten, over the years, I've gotten more into like astrology placements, and that's very much like Gemini Taurus of us. Like, you're very in the moment, like, let's do this. Like, as soon as it comes to your brain, you're like, all right, this is what we're doing. And for me, like, I'm seeing everything that's going on and I'm thinking about the next step. Like, okay, so if this happens, what do we need to do there? If this happens, what do we need to do here? So that's 100% just like our our makeup when we go out
Yeah,
or do anything.
I will say though, we are both very much like, well, in our younger years, we were very much like, oh, we're going here, okay? We'll go too.
Yeah,
Whatever.
go with the flow. Yeah.
Like all night long. But thinking about doing that now, no. No.
No.
Baby, it's 8:30. I'm in bed.
Right.
Rubbing my feet together.
I got my little chippies and my movie, and don't talk to me.
My phone's gonna be on do not disturb because
Right.
don't disturb me.
Notify anyway, bitch.
I love how it gets all big and shakes and shit. I'm like, oh, I feel. Okay, so to end off, what do you think our friendship has done for you?
I mean, to get all sappy, like it's given me a sister, another like it's one of those like chosen family type situations where you don't get to choose your family, but you have chosen family, and it's. I mean, yes, we've had our like rocky points where we kind of like fall off the map because we're going through something or that kind of thing. But at the same time, like when we pick it back up, it's exactly the same. And the fact that the two of us can just like come to each other with anything and everything is just like the fact that I know that I have that in somebody is it's just reassuring, but also comforting,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like
totally.
it very much I don't want to say like a fallback plan, but it's somebody like a sounding board. Like if you're going through something, you're kind of just like, I don't know
A
how.
built-in therapist, if you will.
Yeah, not licensed, but yes.
No,
Well, and then the fact that we like think so differently, like it gives us two completely separate viewpoints of it too. So like if my brain is fogged up because I'm looking at it this way and I say it to you and then you can give me a different point of view on it, that's another thing that's like super nice to have that second point of view. And then that's when the no filter thing comes in too. Like the two of us just like, are you stupid? Like what why do you even think that?
mm-hmm.
So that's one like the biggest thing is like I have that support system, if you will.
No, I totally agree. To know that I have someone in my life that will never shame me, will never uh, hate on me, who will never. I know for damn sure if I'm not in a room and Tyler's in that room and something is said about me, he's not going to not say something.
Right.
And vice versa. Like, I know that if someone was talking shit about me, Tyler would be like, well, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, why do you feel like that? What did you do?
Yeah, what did you do to trigger that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I may be a bitch, but I'm nice to everyone until you give me a reason not to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you give me that reason not to be, you'll never have a chance with me again.
What is your big three
Big three of what?
For astrology?
Oh,
Gemini, obviously, but
I'm. Oh, where's my phone? Hold on.
because that was a very Taurus thing that you just fucking said right now.
Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so I am a Gemini Sun, Virgo Moon with a Leo rising.
Then maybe it's a Virgo thing, but because I'm my big three is my Taurus Sun, Virgo rising, and then I have a Cancer moon. So
Oh, you
that's
emotional girl.
Oh, just it's that's the reason that I like I don't care, but I actually care a lot. Like on the outside, like I really don't give a fuck what she said about me. Your opinion means nothing to me until you actually have a reason for it to mean something to me. And then, but then, like, I will go home and just repeat it over and over and over again in my head until I smash my head into the wall. But you're entitled to your opinion, I guess.
Are you entitled to compensation? Well, yeah. So to know that, and the fact that like Tyler has met most of my immediate family too, like, and I his. I've even stayed at Tyler's house when he wasn't there. It was just his parents, and I never felt like uncomfortable doing that or anything because I don't know. As soon as I met your parents, it was kind of like they were my parents too,
Yeah.
in a way. And I think they kind of know that no matter when you're with me, that they don't have to worry.
My dad said that plainly. He
Oh,
was
really?
like, when Miles was here, like, and if I asked you who you're going out with and you told me Miles, like, I wasn't worried at all. And I was like, oh, okay. If only you knew.
If only you knew he's not still on getting me into trouble.
I was gonna say he is most definitely the instigator, but no, you weren't alone in instigating.
No, of course not. Of course not. But yeah, it just feels nice that like even when we don't communicate like regularly often,
Regularly.
when we don't communicate often, it's never because we don't like each other or you know we're mad at each other or anything like that. And when we come back together, it's like yesterday.
Yep.
And it's the same. It's the same way with Izzy, and it's the same way with Denise. Like no matter how much time has passed, our spirits are kind of aligned.
Well, yeah, and that's I have that with Tony
Yeah,
too.
for
Like
sure.
because he travels all the time, he is like I don't talk to him every day, but at the same time, like once we like hang out, go out and have a drink or anything like that, it's very much like pick up where you left off.
Hmm. And you need
So,
those kind of people in your life because it's it's hard trying to find genuine connections with people now
yep.
because I think us all going through the pandemic together and through the social media age that we're in right now, it's hard to think of how I mean social media was big when we were you know in our 20s, but it's not where it is now.
Right.
You didn't have people at every fucking thing you were doing at the bar,
Yeah.
like you could make out with a random person and never have to think about it ever again.
Yeah.
But kids nowadays, that you kiss one person and it's on the internet forever.
Mhm.
So I'm so thankful for that because we would be in jail. For they could have got on camera with us, we would be in jail.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so I'm so thankful for you. You have been obviously you know that, but for the viewers, he has been one of my best friends for all these years. Like, ooh, oh, sorry, crying. Hold on, hold on. Let me bite those tears back. Hold on.
I was gonna say, and who's the emotional one, bitch? Don't play with me.
I've gotten so emotional in my older age. Like, I see one cute little thing or sad or whatever, and tears automatically.
Oh, same. Like we've gone to a couple like concerts recently, and there's just like a song that hits me, and I'm like bawling during this freaking concert. And my husband's name is Miles too, for
Oh
everyone.
yes,
Um,
yes.
so my husband like looks at me and goes, he like leans over to me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. Leave me alone." Shania Twain, when we went and saw Shania Twain for my birthday, I cried like a baby the beginning, middle, and end because she just like all of the music was just like nostalgic for me because I grew up listening to her and like just hit me. So I'm the same way. And then even some stupid cat videos that I come across on social media, I'm like, why? What is that?
6:30 in the morning on the toilet, just
Right.
and I'm like, like trying to push out this shit and these tears.
Right.
Like, I need to focus on one. Yeah, so thank you guys. Obviously, we went a little off track, but that's okay because y'all are gonna enjoy it.
But when does this podcast ever stay on track, baby?
Never, never. So, me and Maria have fully gone into an episode thinking we're going to talk about one thing and gone off the rails, and the episode just turned into something else.
Oh,
And
100%.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well, it's just going to be this episode now. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. And Tyler will be back. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the fucking like button because I know you guys are going to like this episode. I know you guys are going to be fucking
Rolling.
in your spin class, like, yes, get in your life, or sitting at your desk like I do and listen to the podcast, or however you listen to it. I hope you're enjoying it. We're the family and all on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and I will tag Tyler when this posts. That way, you guys can go and follow him too. If you guys want to see a skinny twink in his 30s age and look like Greek yogurt, then you guys.
Greek yogurt, bitch. As soon as his mustache is gone, I'm gonna look 12 again.
Okay, 13. Calm down.
Okay.
Calm down. You're giving yourself a little too much credit. I need you. You're here.
I need you here.
Okay, this is where we need to be. But yes, I will tag Tyler in case you guys want to go and follow him too. But in case, I will let Tyler let you know where you guys can find him.
Oh God, I don't even keep track of all my social media stuff. I think I'm
still on Instagram or something.
I'm still tdizzle1991.
That's right.
On Instagram. I have TikTok, but I don't ever post. I just doom scroll and bed rot until I finally find the energy to get up.
And get it back.
Yeah, I mean, that's really like Instagram would be like the social media to follow.
Yeah.
For any of my stuff. So.
Go follow his gay ass.
Plus, I do drag, so
yes!
If you're in SoCal, you can come see a drag show.
And watch him shake his tail feather.
My what's that one where you like take that metal piece of a metal piece and it makes that sound? Because I have no ass.
No, it's that toilet. That's what it is. Yeah, so if you're in SoCal and you want to go get entertained by him, hit him up. If you're a bar owner, hit him up too.
Oh yeah, I bartend. Please.
He's a bartender and he's a entertainer. So he's basically Christina Aguilera.
Exactly.
Because she can do wagon wheel Watusi.
Watusi.
Honey. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye.